Hello everybody, and welcome to my first CreepyPasta Monday video. As you can see, today we are going to be reading the Sonic Creepy Disc Creepypasta. In the description, there will be a link to the original site on the Creepypasta Wikia, titled Sonic Creepy Disc. I will be reading you the entire Creepypasta, as well as giving my thoughts of what would happen if I experienced this in real life. And basically, before I continue, the Creepypasta Monday videos are just videos. It's I'm sorry. It's a series in which I go out and I try to find the creepiest creepypasta and just see what my reactions would be. So, I'm going to be reading the entire creepypasta. Just to let you know, from the moment I start reading it, the music will play that is seen on this screen. So, I will start reading now. Hope you enjoy. Hello, my name is Silver. And just recently, I've become interested in creepy things in video games and creepypasta. I started watching YouTube series about these such things, two of them being creepy gaming and haunted gaming, both of them focusing on creepy things involving games. One day I logged into YouTube and saw a new episode of Creepy Gaming. The episode was titled Sonic CD Hidden Message. I thought this was strange. What could it possibly be? I clicked on the video and watched it. The commentator talks about how in Sonic CD you can use the sound test to access various cheats such as debug mode, but he also talks about a certain combination of numbers that will get you to a creepy picture of Sonic in Japanese text along with the US boss music. I found that picture both creepy and disturbing. Why would Sega put something this disturbing in a Sonic game? He talks about why the picture is there, and he concludes that it's an anti-piracy screen because the Japanese text read, "Fun is infinite, Sega Enterprises, Majin." I was very interested in this screen and decided I want to see it for myself. I could have just gotten an emulator and the ISO, but that only proved the theory that it's an anti-piracy screen. So I decided I'd dig up my old Sega CD from storage and try it on my own copy of Sonic CD. I grabbed my keys and headed out the door. I got in my car and prepared for a long drive because my storage space was in another city. After my long drive, I finally got to my storage space. I opened it to find all my old stuff. Boxes filled with old VHS tapes, video games, and board games from when I was young. I spent nearly an hour blowing dust off boxes and digging through them until I found the box containing my Sega CD. I finally found it under my old SNES. I put it in my car along with its cords and my copy of Sonic CD. I drove all the way back home, and once I got there, I unplugged my Wii from my TV and plugged in my Sega CD. I put in the Sonic CD disc and waited for it to load. Once I got to the title screen, I entered a cheat to open the sound test without completing the special stages. Once it opened, I entered the specific numbers to get to the screen to appear. I sat there for a bit, then pressed start. A sound of confirmation was heard, and there it was, the creepy picture, followed by the equally creepy music. I stared at it for a bit, taking in that creepy Sonic and all of its creepiness. Then I got enough of it and pressed start again. The screen faded out and brought me to another picture with a close-up of the creepy Sonic. Just one, and more Japanese text. This shocked me because it wasn't mentioned in the video, so I got out my iPhone and tried searching around for this picture, but no results. I tried translating the text using Google Translate. The translation read, "Where do you think you're going?" After reading that, I was scared. The game seemed to be addressing the fact that I was quitting the screen. I tried pressing buttons, but nothing worked. After a while, I heard a confirmation sound and I was taken into the game. But something was off. The normal Sonic was replaced with a creepy Sonic. I was alarmed at why this was happening. The start button didn't do anything, so I decided to try another Easter egg, that if you make Sonic stand still for 3 minutes, he'll jump off the screen and you'll get a game over. But after 3 minutes, Sonic looked at the screen and shook his head as if he was saying no. Then he wagged his finger at me and pointed to the right. I decided to walk right. After a few seconds of walking, the game took over and Sonic walked slowly as Amy came into the shot. She walked up to Sonic and a question mark appeared above her. Sonic then jumped on her and the screen blacked out. When it returned, there was just a puddle of blood where Amy once stood, and she was gone. I tried to stop myself from vomiting, and Sonic looked back at the screen and pointed to the right again. I pressed right slowly and he walked. After a minute of going down a straight line, it took over again as Eggman showed up. He looked at Sonic, and he had also had a question mark above him. Sonic then wagged his finger and the boss music began playing. I grabbed the controller, expecting to fight Eggman, but I couldn't do anything. Then Sonic jumped on Eggman, and the screen faded away once again. Once it returned, Eggman was gone, and only a puddle of blood remained where he once was. I started freaking out, and I got up from my chair and walked up to my Sega CD to turn it off. But when I got up, Sonic started moving and Robo-Sonic appeared. He stood there, and then the Chaos Emeralds surrounded Sonic, and he turned super and rushed right through Robo-Sonic. Metal flew all over, and oil was on the ground. Sonic then faced the screen and wagged his finger and shook his head. I turned off my Sega CD, and my TV screen went black. But all of a sudden I heard a loud scream coming from my speakers. I looked at my TV, only to see a close-up of the creepy Sonic's face, with the same Japanese text reading, "Where do you think you're going?" I ripped the cords out of the outlets, and it stopped. I threw my Sega CD back into the box, and drove back to my storage room. This time I labeled the box, "Don't open. Ever." And tossed it in there. I went home and tried looking this up, but there was nothing to be found. Even to this day, I'm not sure if I somehow got a hacked copy back when I first bought it, when the game launched, but all I know is, I'll never play Sonic CD again. So anyway, that was the CreepyPasta Sonic Creepy Disc. This screen that you see right now that has been in the entire video, it has been confirmed by a bunch of people that you do get this and the music. By the way, the music should have stopped by now, but it has been confirmed that this screen does exist. In Japanese, Majin means devil or demon or something of that nature. If you know Dragon Ball Z, Majin should sound familiar with Majin Buu, but that's still a kids type show. So why would the developers put Fun is Infinite, Sega Enterprises, the devil? Is it insinuating that Fun is Infinite with the devil? No one really knows for sure. Videos I have seen, have said that maybe Majin was a developer on the game. And everyone always says that no matter how much research they did, they can't find anybody named Majin on the Sonic CD developing team. So, people have confirmed that Majin wasn't a developer. So, what is the importance of this screen? Unfortunately, I never had a Sega CD and I never had Sonic CD to try this out myself. After reading this, I don't really think I want to, because that music is creepy enough. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if I ever had the ability to try it, I probably would. I'd probably mute it though. And if I got to that other screen, I would rip everything out of the cords right there. So I don't think I'd want to try it, but if I had the ability, I would do it at noon with a bunch of people around as witnesses. So, in my opinion, The Sonic Creepy Disc Creepypasta is a pretty creepy one, I must say. It does pose some questions that have yet to be unanswered, like why does this screen even exist? Why choose that music? You know, it's somehow it had to be programmed into the game by somebody. Whether it was somebody who got mad or like maybe their idea wasn't put into it, so at the last minute they created this screen to freak out a bunch of people, or you know, who knows. This screen is still a big giant mystery, and we may never truly know why this screen exists. So that concludes Creepypasta Monday number 1, video 1. Like I said, the link to the original site is in the description. You can go there and read the original creepypasta. I read exactly how it was, but if you want to check out the original site, see if there's anything there that you want to look, do some research on your own, whatever. I do take requests, so if there's a creepypasta you want me to read and see if that's creepier than this, go ahead, inbox it to me, and I will check it out, and maybe it'll be on my next Creepypasta Monday video, as well as a shout out to the person who recommended it. I choose my creepypastas Sundays. I scour the internet or the creepypasta wikia for about an hour, and I just randomly go around and pick one. So, if you just want me to read one and see how it is, let me know. There's long ones and there's short ones, so doesn't matter if yours is a really short one or a really long one. If you want me to read it, I'll read it. But thanks for watching. I hope you will come back next Monday for the next Creepypasta Monday, and we'll find out which creepypasta I do next. So, this is Randomness for the Win Man, signing off.